The difference between winning and losing at a pro level can be this small. And what makes a difference could be what you consume. Herbs. I've created herbal blends for many pro athletes, those performing at the top of their game. And in this video, I'm going to dive into some of the key things I've given them, why I've given it to them, and what you can use for yourself at home.
This is yerba mate. I'm sure you've seen Messi with it, Luis Suarez, Neymar, Cavani, like all the South American players.
So you decided to try it?
Yeah.
The main sports that I've dealt with people is in football and boxing. And these things, endurance, rest, and recovery is key. A lot of you guys now, it's 2025 and you want to get fit. What's going to make your training more optimal is energy, recovery, sleep. So when you're creating these herbal blends, there's things you have to know. Mode of delivery. So mode of delivery is how are you consuming herbs? Are you consuming it in capsules, pill format, dried format, with tinctures, or is it teas? Before I dive into what these herbs are, this is imperative if you're a pro athlete watching, which means you do a lot of testing. When you're working with herbs, for one, not every single place you buy your herbs from you can trust because of cross-contamination, which can lead to sometimes negative things on your record. So you want to ensure you're getting everything original and unprocessed. So when we talk about energy, we talk about endurance, we talk about speed and all these key things. A few herbs stand out. The first herb is nettle. Nettle is one of the most common herbs, especially here in the UK. You probably have some in your local park. But nettle is a powerful herb for a few different reasons. One, balance. It balances you. For two, energy. It provides you energy. It's got a lot of different nutrients within it, from high iron content to vitamin K, which help with your performance benefits. It gives you that extra kick, but also it has elements of free testosterone boosting benefits. The difference between herbs and, let's say, steroids or whatever it might be is that this won't push you past any natural limits. It takes you to where your natural base should be. So it's balancing. If your testosterone normal range is, I don't know, whatever the range is right for you, and you're lower, it helps bring you up, whether it's free testosterone or total testosterone. For nettle, is known to help with free testosterone, and this is the bioavailable testosterone that your body can use. So there's benefits there, but not to a crazy level, to your natural level, which won't have any negative impacts when it comes to testing, because you're back to where you should be. And the reasons why I opt for two things, I opt for powders and I opt for teas, is these aren't processed to make them stronger, which can have a positive impact on the body, but you're not trying to push the body past its natural limits, which is where tinctures and extract can come in. The second herb, it's Siberian ginseng, and this is known for its positive impacts on performance, sleep, recovery, and it's an adaptogen which can help your body reduce stress. There's two things when it comes to performance. When you're looking to recover, you're not trying to reduce inflammation, because the healing process involves inflammation. If you're trying to build muscle, you're trying to increase your endurance, you don't want to kill inflammation, because this is part of what makes you grow. What you want to do is aid your recovery by the nutrients that you're giving it, but also some of the herbs you're consuming. And Siberian ginseng is a powerful one to look into. One, energy. Two, blood flow. Three, recovery. Four, stress, cortisol level. And this is balancing within itself. Third herb you want to look into, if you're a pro athlete, is a combination herb. I'm going to wheel off a few herbs here, and this is mainly to do with sleep. Some of you who are pros are training twice a day, 3 times a day. This takes its toll on the body. So you have different kinds of stress. You have the bad stress, and you also have positive stress, or eustress they might call it. But irrespective, every single time you're training, you're breaking down tissue, you're releasing these byproducts that the body has to get rid of. But what these things can do is also negatively impact your sleep quality and quantity. So what you might find sometimes with high performance athletes is that they have issues sleeping. So there's some herbs that I always like to put in the blend. I'm not going to give you guys all the secrets, but a few things to be mindful of is like German chamomile. It's calming. Things like yarrow are also good. You have things like valerian root. Some of these things as an athlete you can look to have within your blend, and these help you calm down at night. Because sleep quality and sleep quantity is key, especially if it's the day before an important match. Because if you think about the pressure that some of the athletes that I've worked with before are under, it's insane. You've got thousands and thousands and thousands of people watching your every move. I always ponder, how the hell do you sleep at night? Even on the day, how do you maintain your composure and calm, knowing that everybody's watching you. If you are already higher than normal, let's say your cortisol markers are higher than normal, your heart rate or your resting heart rate is higher than normal, your blood pressure tends to be high because the levels of stress that you're under. Days like this where it's high pressure is just going to push you past your limit, and then you won't be able to cope. And that's why the before matters for these things. Another herb that I use in 2 respects is ashwagandha. For ashwagandha, you want to ensure that you're getting the actual root. No powders, no extracts, none of those one. And if it comes in a bottle, just forget about it, you know, because these extracts tend to be very powerful, and you don't want to have sudden changes in your markers. Ashwagandha is common enough to aid with sleep, but you don't want to have it before sleep. You want to have it early in the day. It's also good for energy. It's also good for your hormonal balance. And these are key things for an athlete. I'm going to save some of the key gems for a subsequent video. But generally, if you're performing at a high level, everybody's working hard. What makes you be able to work hard is how fast you can recover and how much rest you're getting. How do you perform under pressure? And herbs can help. One of the herbs that I would look to take advantage of if I was a pro athlete is cacao. So you don't always want to take coffee. A lot of athletes I know, they have at least 1 cup of coffee a day. Cacao, in my opinion, is powerful. And you don't want to get like the processed cacao. You can get the seeds, like the nibs, and literally before something important, just chew a few. And what you find is when you chew a few is that your level of concentration and focus is heightened. And not because of the increase in caffeine, because it's got minimal caffeine, but it's got something called theobromine. And behind me on the camera is a very well-renowned clinical. You're looking at me like theobromine. It's probably not even said that way. You can't say it. But yeah,
correct.
Yeah, we got a thumbs up.
That's it.
Yeah, what's your app?
PT Pharmacist.
PT Pharmacist. What a living legend. But anyway, so it's got that within it, which can help give you that clarity that you require without the potential crash. If you're looking to be a bit more risque, or just, look these up. We've got rhodiola rosea, which has been used by competitive athletes in many different sports before. I like rhodiola rosea. It tastes amazing, in my opinion. Nice, soft, subtle. You can get that as a tea format and utilize that within your blends. And that's known for its adaptogenic benefits, which is helping your body adapt to stress. It's known to help boost performance, and it's known to help boost energy. Some of you guys might be thinking there's many other herbs that I've heard of that this guy hasn't mentioned. You know, things like maca root, things like shilajit, for example, which is quite popular right now. And the reason I'm not mentioning these herbs is at a pro level, you need to be extremely mindful of what you consume. Shilajit is good, but what's in it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I can only consume things at this pro level that I know everything that's within the shilajit. Because sometimes things that flag up for you are things that are like just compounds. And what you find with some companies or people who have like failed testing previously is that what they've taken hasn't got what they think is in it. So you take this pill of shilajit or whatever it is and you feel amazing. Little do you know, it's just got little coffee beans in it. How would you know? It's dark. And there's been companies before, like I'll give you an example of a guy who was competing, his team was competing in the Olympics, and he went to buy Siberian ginseng capsules. And some of them got flagged. And when they tested the bottles, it wasn't really Siberian ginseng within it. And that's why you can't go and buy these products. You just have to go to the original sources and make them yourself, because not everybody in this game is as honest as you. So that's why I'm not mentioning shilajit, because what's in it? If I can go to the rock and get like an organic like piece of the rock myself, maybe, then I can say at a pro level you can consume that. Even with maca, like maca is powerful, but I'll need to get the pure root myself to actually recommend it. Next thing I get asked about a lot is tonka ali, and tonka ali in the UK is a novel food, which means it's somewhat new on the government's register of the things that we can consume. So it's not all the way legal, you know? So with Tonka Ali at a pro level is not something that I would be looking to consume. But if you're just the average person that's trying to get better day to day, then for sure, that's Tonka Ali is something you can look into. So guys, hopefully that's helpful. At a pro level, the difference between winning and losing can be small. And you want to give yourself these superfoods or these things through history that really boost you. These things were consumed before some of the biggest wars in history for energy, for stimulation, for confidence, for healing. And when you're in these games, you're fighting at top level or you're playing at a top level, these are the same feelings that these warriors in history were feeling. So use what they use to get their outcomes of winning. Your winner, 2025 will be the year of pure winning for you. Let's go.